Evening all, Kieran here, back with another video. This time we'll be discussing Gowran Park's big meeting of the year, the Thyestes meeting, and obviously the big race, which is the Thyestes Chase. Now, I did say in my promo on Twitter that I was going to do a race by race guide through this meeting, well, this day's racing, but apart from the two big races, the Thyestes and the Gowran, which I will go through shortly, the beginner's chase is okay. I think Kia the ball bomb will take a lot of beating. Paul Town selected him as his ride. I think he'll take a lot of beating. Willie's got about 4 or 5 others in the race as well. So I'm not really worried about getting stuck into that race. So we'll just concentrate on the two main races of the meeting. Firstly, starting off with the big one, which is the Thyestes itself. And currently at the top of the market is Man for Gavin Cromwell, off the back of finishing 3rd in the Troy Town last time out. He's 6-1 favourite, which shows you how wide open this race is, and I think you can definitely be worth having a few swings in this, a couple of heavier swings in this race for sure. We'll have quite a few turn-ups in it. Actually, in fact, the 2nd, 4th and 5th from last year's renewal all run again. Glenn Gooley, who's is Mullins, is also, I think they've got a £7 claimer on, so I'm not sure whether they're going to be attempted to win the race with the £7 claimer. He's actually going to run off a pound higher mark than he did last year when finishing 2nd. Then you've got Stormy Judge, who's actually the reserve in the race, is actually running off £7 lower if he gets in. And Max Charm, who runs as well, who finished 5th last year, is sit off a £6 lower mark. And Max Charm is one of the first ones I'm going to touch on, actually. I quite like the profile of this horse. He's not obviously done too much in regards to winning, and he's getting on a bit, but he likes Gowran. He's obviously enjoyed his run round in this race last year, only beaten 8 lengths last year, behind some decent horses like Ain't the Shame won the race, has gone on to then run decent on racing the Grand National. Like I touched on Glenn Gooley, he finished 2nd, he's obviously reappearing here. Angel's Dawn was 3rd, then went on to fall unfortunately in the Kinmore, but was going well and coming to challenge and falling 2 out. And then the 4th and the 5th, like I said, Stormy Judge is the reserve, and then Max Charm's in here. Now, Max Charm would have been a selection for me because he's as big as 66-1 this morning, and they've already, I think I'm not the only one that's cotton on to that he's got a chance, because he's now best priced 20-1. I think you can get 16s, it's just short of 16s out there. So he's going to be the first. I'm going to have 2 swipes in this race, and he's definitely the first one on the list at 20-1 each way. I'm fairly sure you'll find there's 4 places at least out there. For the size of the field you get in this race, obviously 6-1 the field. Plenty competitive enough. Plenty of each way value out there for sure. The other one I'm going to touch on now, I touched on Glenn Gooley being Willie Mullins' potential 2nd string. I know they've got Nick Rocket in the race as well, which Paul Townend is going to ride. But they've got a few others as well. Obviously Mullins has got a decent record in this race. He's won it 5 of the last 11. Counting back, and Coogan carefully selected, won it 2 years ago. Obviously Glenn Gooley finished 2nd in it last year. So Mullins has a decent record in the race. But I like one of his other ones that's less touted, and that's Spanish Harlem. Now, I like this boy as a novice hurdler a few years back, and I thought potentially he was going to go on to win some decent races. I had him touted as a Martin Pipe horse. It never transpired that way. But potentially now going over fences. He didn't do a lot last season, but stepped up the trip. He ran in the Scottish National. I believe he finished 5th or 6th in the Scottish National. But this is going to be only his 2nd attempt over the actual 3-mile trip, which he is today. When the last one, where he finished down the field, it's 13th in the Paddy Power Chase over Christmas. But he was going in that race. He was going okay, perfectly fine under Mikey O'Sullivan, who takes the ride again before coming to the 3rd last and making an absolute haul to the 3rd last, which kind of knocked the stuffing out of him. Plus, it was his first run of the season, and potentially he just got tired on the way home and finished back in the field 13th. Potentially could constrict fitter for that race, and obviously could come in with a live chance. Obviously, second season novice, and only a 7-year-old, like I said at the start. So definitely got a chance for sure. Like I said, he's going to be my second selection. I think he's again around the 20-1 shot, the same as Max Charm. Obviously, he hasn't been gambled as much as Max Charm has, but I'm going to take two swipes in the race at 20-1 apiece. It'll be 0.5 each way on the pair. I believe it's 4 places, but I'll double check that, and I will put that all in the description at the end of the video, attached to the video below. So yeah, that's my 2 selections for that race, the Thyestes, which, by looks of the way, the fact that last year we had a Grand National runner that won it and a horse that ran at the Cheltenham Festival, looks like decent for horses come out of this race, so potentially could be a race to keep an eye on. The other race, like I said, I was going to touch on, is the Gowran Hurdle. Unfortunately, we don't have the best of renewals. We never seem to get a decent renewal of this race, although it's a 3-mile hurdle race. We don't seem to. There's not many decent 3-mile hurdlers out there, is there? Let's be honest. Hidden Valley Lake is favourite at 5-2, following his second at Ascot last time out. He probably sets the standard, but the one I'm willing to take a chance with is Rocky Diamond. Now, he's the only course and distance winner in the field, and I like horses that have won around the track, especially like these different tracks around Ireland. Certainly pays to have got some course experience on board, which I forgot to mention about Spanish Harlem. He's actually ran twice around Gowran as well, obviously finishing 3rd in 2 novice chases. We all have course experience as well. But back to Rocky Diamond. Was sent off 66-1 for the race over Christmas, which was won by Home by the Lee, and Bob Ollinger was second, but he finished 3rd. Rocky Diamond run his odds completely, and I think if he comes in here and he runs a similar sort of race, he's definitely going to outrun his odds again. I think he's about a 10-1 shot currently, and when you've got the likes of Asteria and Phalange, and who I actually backed in that Christmas race, and a few others that are stalwarts of the game, shall we say, down in this 3-mile division, I'm willing to take a chance on a horse that's maybe less known, but obviously, like I said, he has the course and distance form, and I'm willing to take a swipe at him at 10-1. So again, it will be 0.5 each way on him as well, and hopefully we can get some decent money out of this. We've not had the best of starts to the month to the year, but hopefully we can get back on track on Thursday. So to summarise, 2 selections for the Thyestes, that's Spanish Harlem and Max Charm, both at 20-1, 0.5 each way, 4 places, and Rocky Diamond and the Gowran Hurdle 10-1, again 0.5 each way. Only there's 3 places for this one. And that's that for this video. I will be back Thursday evening to do a preview video for the Cheltenham Trials Day, and hopefully, obviously, that's the last Trials Day is the last meeting at Cheltenham before the festival itself. So I've just looked for the entries earlier before coming on. There's plenty of decent horses involved, so it's probably well worth a look for sure, and it should be a decent preview. But to round this one off, thanks again for listening, guys. It's much appreciated. If you could like and subscribe to the channel, that'd be great. And hopefully we can find a couple of winners on Thursday. Good luck with your punting, guys, and happy punting.